Prof, my son, in whom I am well pleased. This is a beautiful day. It's an honor to have birthed a son like Professor Adeloye in this business. Today, we are going to be speaking to you about a unique opportunity. I want to paint this scenario to you. What would it look like if you were asked to have the health you had 30 years ago? Let's say you're 50 now or you're 40 now, 30, 20 years ago, when life was carefree, when your health, you never even thought twice about your health, when you're in perfect health, when you had no fears of diseases and ailments. If you were given an opportunity to roll back the clock and live the life you lived when you were 15, 10, 5, what would you think? Would you grab it? If you're told to look the way you looked, have the health you had, the vitality, the energy that you had when you were that age, how would you take it? Today, we are presenting to you an opportunity like that, a chance for you to experience youth, health, and peace of mind. I don't want to waste your time much. I just want to get through this, and I'm sure you are itching to know what this is all about. If you've been here before, if you've heard about what we think we are going to speak about today, it's going to give you another dimension. And I tell you, we are not just speaking what we think other people have said or what they have said before. We are speaking from experience, real time life experience. You heard our host when he was introducing me. He said he doesn't know what his life would have been like if he had not come across this opportunity. It's the same thing with me and so many others. And because when something good happens to you, you don't keep it to yourself, you want to share it. We are here today to share with you this experience. So let's go. Let's find out what this is. What is this secret? What is this solution we are about to show you? Permit me to share my slide with you. Okay, so co-host with me, I'm about to share my slide and let me know if you can see it. Can you see my page?
Yes.
Yes, it's up now.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, let's go. Now, according to the World Health Organization, we are told that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. In other words, if you say you don't have malaria, you don't have cancer, you don't have diabetes, you don't have this, it is not enough for you to say you have health. You want to have an all-encompassing experience called health. So it involves your physical, it involves your mental, as well as your social well-being. You want to look young, you want to feel confident of what you look like. You want to be able to relate with people without feeling that you are at a disadvantage. You don't want to live with the fear of death or the fear of ailment, of being in a situation where you have a situation that you feel disadvantaged because you have one ailment or the other. That you can't eat what you want to eat. Sorry, light has just gone off. I will soon be back on, but you can still hear my voice. You want to be where you are confident every time, free of stress of every kind. And that is what we want to introduce to you today. So how do you get here? How do you get to where you can beat your chest and say you are whole, physically, mentally, and socially? Today, we are showing you, just a minute, my slide is hanging, is it? Computer, behave yourself. You must not slide. Thank you. Now, we are showing to you, we're introducing to you what we refer to as stem cells. You know, if you're building a house, and in the process of building that house, have a crack, tell me, what is the most likely thing you'll be doing? You probably look for where you can patch it up. And if you're going to patch it up, what would you use? Cement, sand, water, and then you would mold it back, right? Yes. Human beings, even plants, we are made up of cells. And so why is it that when we are sick, when we are ailing, when we are unwell, what they recommend to us is drugs? Why don't we use cells, the original material that we are made with, to heal ourselves? Because we are in a world, in a situation where we are not even allowed to think outside the box. I tell you, that is where we are. Socially, we've been boxed into this situation. But today, tonight, we want to show you, share with you how you can actually be what you are supposed to be. So in other words, we don't need drugs to get well, to be in perfect health. We are made up of cells, and cells ought to heal cells. So we introduced to you this particular thing called stem cells. That is how you can be healthy and youthful. So you want to ask, what are stem cells? Stem cells are special cells called mother cells. And as you know, mothers reproduce, mothers give birth, mothers heal, they give birth. And so stem cells are mother cells because they have this amazing power to reproduce new cells that can transform into any tissue or organ in your body. Let that sink in. They can reproduce and transform new cells that can turn into tissues and organs in your body. And because of this amazing ability, it has the possibility, the potential of treating well over 200 life-threatening diseases. Please let that sink in. 200 life-threatening diseases. Amazing. Actually over 200 and counting, we'll say. How do they do this? How is this established? So let's go. You know, when we are created as human beings, I'm so sorry, the light is still off, but in a short while, I'll have light back. But you can hear me, I suppose. Oh, thank you. You're back on. Beautiful. We are made up of cells. That's the smallest unit of every living being, be it plant or human being. These cells form together to form tissues. And these tissues, when they come together, they form organs. Organs like the liver, the heart, the skin, the eye, and kidneys, whatever it is. And then these organs form systems, the alimentary canal, the respiratory system, digestive systems, all that you can call it. And that makes all of who we are as human beings. So take note, first we have cells, and they're actually stem cells. Please, if you're not speaking, could you mute your mic? I have disturbance here. Thank you so much. So these stem cells we are talking to you about today have this ability to reproduce these cells that ail. All diseases actually start from the death or inability of a cell to act the way it's supposed to act. And so let's say you have diabetes. It is because the cells in your pancreas are no longer working the way they are supposed to be working. They are no longer efficient. Let us say you have high blood pressure. It means your arteries are not flowing the way it's supposed to flow anymore, so it's constricted. Every disease you can call, name it, whatever it is, be it disease of the uterus, disease of the heart, of the brain, of the skin, whatever it is, it starts from the cell. And so take note, because we are telling you what will fix your cell, every disease, no matter the name it is, so long as it starts from the cellular level, the stem cells can fix it. This is the way it works. It can fix it because it will reproduce new cells, and those cells that are ailing will be changed. They will be reborn. They will be rejuvenated. And so that disease, ultimately, name it stroke, traumatic brain injury, baldness. You want to ask, baldness a disease? Yeah, in a way. The hair follicles that are supposed to produce new hair, when one falls off, is no longer there's dead.
Mama Anka Amurawaiye.
Thank you very much. So you have blindness, you have deafness, and whatever it is. Yesterday, I was speaking with my dear partner. She's 85. Her husband is almost 90. And then she called and said, oh, he's getting deaf now. He has deafness issues. I said, yes, stem cells will help. How does it do this? Because these stem cells will go and fix the cell that has died and is no longer functioning properly. The same thing with missing teeth. It looks incredible, but it is true. Same with wound healing. Same with bone marrow transplantation. Wounds actually form in every part of the body. Many diseases like cancers are because we have wounds in those places. The cells are not growing the way they are. So our stem cells will cause the cells to heal. And when that happens, become well. So all the diseases you can see named here and more, the stem cells will take care of. So what really are these stem cells? These are the facts we have about stem cells. Everybody has stem cells. Everybody uses stem cells every day. Of course, everybody has stem cells. That's why you're a human being and you're living. And so long as you are living, you still have stem cells. And guess what? Sadly enough, stem cells die. Think about that. Yes, they die. Above all, or even sadder, if we didn't have a solution, is the fact that these stem cells diminish with age. Lifestyles and environmental factors, therefore, they ought to be deliberately nourished. So what are we saying here? Because it diminishes with age, and lifestyle, we have to deliberately go out to make sure they are replaced. By the time you reach age 18, the graph begins to go down. Let us say you had 2 million cells, stem cells. By the time you are 18, it begins to drop 15%, 20%, 25%. And by the time you are like 30, 40, I'm sorry, those stem cells are on the decline. And that's why you find that older people have diseases more than younger people. But hey, here is the solution. This is the secret. We have stem cells that can actually cause you to regrow those cells that have died, those ones that are weak. And because this is so, these stem cells are not just for people who are sick. Simply because what you have is diminishing, you need to replace and nourish what you have. And so what we are offering to you today, what we're showing you today, is not just for sick people. It is for everybody. So long as you are past the age of 50. In fact, these days, I don't think you even need to be 18. You find young children coming down with diseases that in those days, with older people that will have it. No wonder, lifestyle, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the stress we go through, all these things work against the cells that are supposed to be nourishing our stem cells. So, what are we offering you? Very exciting. We are introducing to you today the revolutionary plant-based stem cells. I am particularly excited because it's plant-based. You want to know why? You know, if you're sick and you go to a good doctor, they will tell you change your diet, correct? Why is that so? Because plants actually help to heal our bodies. We are made to live on plants because they have this particular ability to regrow and to nourish ourselves. Now, Phytoscience is offering to you this special opportunity with this particular apple called the Utwila statluba. It's a Swiss apple found far away in Zurich, almost going extinct. And this fantastic apple has the ability with 0.01% less, I don't know how to describe it, a tiny bit of it can actually cause your own cells, whatever stem cells you have in your body, to regenerate up to 80%. And remember I said, so long as you're alive, you still have some stem cells. And so it's not just for you to be sick, but for you to keep in optimum health, you need this. It is really exciting because it gives you what nothing else can give you. I tell people say, oh, I'm taking supplements. Oh, I'm taking this. You see, what we have here would cause you to regrow new cells. It's like you're driving a car and then you have a car puncture. You either take it to a vulcanizer or someone to fix it, to patch it up for you, and then you get going, or you get a new tire. Supplements are like that patchwork. They try to take care of what is already ailing. But plant stem cells will give you a whole new cell. Tell me, what else is more exciting than that? Imagine that. That is what we have to offer you. If you remember this alone, then all that you have to say today, you've already gotten it. We are offering you new cells, a new chance to live afresh and anew. Exciting, if you ask me. Each time I think about it, I am super duper excited. So, what it means is that what you're offering you is a one-time experience in life. And how did we come about this? The platform that brings this product to you is called Phytoscience. It partners with a company called Mibel Biochemistry in Switzerland, and Phytoscience has the exclusive ownership of the double stem cell and triple stem cell formulation and patent. Pictures don't lie. They will say these days people do all kinds of pictures, but we have videos showing the signing of the MOU stating that we own this patent. So if anybody else tells you that they have double stem cell, it is a lie. It is a fake. We own it. We are the authentic owners of the double stem cell and the triple stem cell. So let's go. Remember I told you that it is 100% plant-based. I never appreciated this until recently. I gave this product to a friend and she was like, she's really afraid. I told her that these stem cells, they can be dangerous, they can harm your liver, they can harm your whatever. That she is referring to animal stem cells. And by the time I told her, nope, this is 100% plant, she just calmed down. Maybe she's here today and she's listening. She was afraid of taking it, she had bought it. But the fact that it is 100% plant gives us the special assurance that we are offering you something fantastic. Right. I want to show you these products as they are, the packaging, how they are shown. We have the door of the crystal cell and the double stem cell. These are in powder form. What did they do? Cellular rejuvenation. Remember I told you that all diseases start from the cell? So it begins to rejuvenate yourself from the very bottom, from the background. And what else can take care of diseases? I mean, any problem if you don't take it from the root. The double stem cell and the crystal cells are also anti-inflammatory. Most diseases we have, including cancers, ulcers, heart problem, kidney problem, they are actually inflammatory diseases. The symptoms are caused because of an inflammation of a cell. So you have a product that will take care of that problem. Arthritis, for instance. Wow. Guess what? The UV rays that cause all the problem, the environmental problems we have these days, these products take care of it from the cellular level. It also speeds up wound healing. That is why cancers are taken care of with these products. You need to hear our testimonies. Mind-boggling, but real as the hand you can see here. And when we talk about health and beauty, it's also anti-aging. I have people in this room that you never guess their age because they are using these products regularly. I have my mom. If I show you my picture of my 81-year-old mother, you'll be shocked. She takes her stem cells, asking her, what is this? It's that drug that my daughter sends to me. It's not a drug, of course, but that is the secret of her health. So, how do we take this? These two are taken sublingually. You open your tongue. Under your tongue, you have the sublingual glands there. You pour it there. It's absorbed. And once it's absorbed, it enters into your bloodstream and goes straight, because they are smart cells. Stem cells are actually smart. They know where to go. They know what to fix. They know what cell to rejuvenate. So it goes there, goes around. Sometimes we don't even know what ails us. But these cells know, and they go and fix it. It's no wonder some people are taking it for eye problem, and then they find out that, oh, the fibroid they had has been taken care of, or they have a cancer, and they find out that ulcers have been taken care of. My mom was taking it for arthritis. It took care of her eyesight problem. It took care of her ulcer. and of course the arthritis. And her skin began to work well, just glowing. That is how this does. Please remember, each time you take it, drink a lot of water. It works in a hydrated environment because it goes round your bloodstream. And we advise that you take it best on empty stomach. So there's no there's no load in your stomach and the food, and full absorption is not working. Best taking, but you can still take it anytime, but best taking on an empty stomach. Don't chew it, please, and don't inhale it. It's not cocaine. What else do we have? We have triple stem cell, we have actual plus. We want to tell you the details of how this works. Come with me. This no feel fort, fantastic product. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, but I tell you, I always want to have snowfield in my house. Best aid in gastrointestinal problems. What do you mean by gastrointestinal problems? When you are stooling, when you are vomiting, when you have ulcer, when you have indigestion, snowfield works like magic. Severally, with myself, my daughter was in school. She was stooling, and I was so scared because she was far away in school. I thought she was going to need to be hydrated maybe a week or so. And for a period of like 2 hours, she was stooling continuously. Mainly, she remembered that she has snowfield, but she mixed it, and in less than 15 minutes, that stooling was arrested. It happened to me too. 2 mouthfuls of snowfield, and that was the end of it. Yeah, that's the way it works. And guess what? This also helps to balance your body acid alkaline count. All diseases, cancer inclusive, thrive in an acidic environment. Unfortunately, most of the food we eat would make your body acidic. And so you find people coming down with their immune system is weakened, they are sick in one way or the other because their body is acidic. But a regular consumption of snowfield fort will not allow any disease to thrive in your body. And another beautiful thing about this, it's green. And green is food. When you take it, it reduces your hemoglobin and red blood cells. No wonder people with sickle cell anemia, when they are taking it, they don't have crisis anymore. It oxygenates their red blood cells. So the sickle shape there becomes round, and they don't have the crisis anymore. There's scores and scores of testimony. Time permits us to hear a few of the testimonies tonight. So it fights all forms of infection. It's a great detox. UTI, stomach infection, blood infection. When you are with snowfield force, you don't have any of so I can testify to this. Beautiful. This is just a few. I have not mentioned like it's like a tip of the iceberg of what snowfield force does. Then, how do you take this one? Please, this one is not poured under the tongue. It's still in powder form. You don't pour it under the tongue. You mix it in 50 cl of water and stir it or shake it and let it settle down. Pour it in cold water, not warm water. It's called the longevity green food because it will replenish your red blood cell. It will calm your stomach. And there's a jolt of energy I feel when I take even snowfield fort, because many people just makes them calm. I forgot to mention, crystal cell is excellent for people that have insomnia. So what do we have next? Actual plus. Wow. This one, this is the bunge of things. You see this small actual plus, it contains 18 fruits, 12 vegetables, and 9 spices. Not just your run-of-the-mill vegetables and fruits, by the way. It has, time will not permit me, but let me just mention a few. Noni, black seed, red beans, star fruit, and in fact, I don't know how I can talk about this. But each time you take a sip of water that has 10 drops or 5 drops of this, imagine all these superfoods, we call them superfoods, contained in all of this, you are taking it. There are some products that actually use one of these products for all of their range, but we have 18 of these, 12 of these, and 9 spices all put together. Originally, it's meant for diabetes and for people who want to build their immune system. But we found out also that people with fertility issues, it also helps them. Why not? All the fantastic things it has there is great also for fertility. During the COVID, a lot of people were taking this and they were getting well. I mean it. They were getting well. Because when you consume all of this, there's no place for any disease to work against you. How do you take this? If you're taking it to recover from any serious ailment, 10 drops 3 times a day in a little bit of water, half a glass of water, and shake it before you put it. It comes in drops. If you are just taking it to maintain your health, 5 drops 3 times a day. Please do not put it in hot water. Room temperature water is good. No wonder they say it is not a drug, but it works more than a drug. What next? The new kid in the block, our IIQ. This works with brain health, cognitive function, memory, and it also makes your mood good. These days, people are going through so much trouble that depression has become a normal thing. And it is a dangerous thing as well. So when you take IIQ, it helps with your brain, it removes depression from you, and then when you find out that distraction, age is beginning to work against you and your memory is getting slack, but the brain cells are beginning to weaken and diminish, IIQ comes to the rescue. It helps to reduce the risk of muscular degeneration, and that goes with the muscles of the eye as well. Especially since the COVID, people have had to rely so much on computers and phones to do a lot of things. And the strain shows in the eyes. So we actually do need the IIQ. Even our children, it helps to protect brain cells from damage by removing the toxic free radicals we find in our environment. And I tell you, when you breathe in air, because your neighbor has put on his generator, you are breathing in toxic fume. The water we drink, the food we eat is no longer as pure as it used to be. So these toxins have to be cleared away from our system. So when people have mental loss and they are no longer able to have good cognitive, have Alzheimer's, dementia, IQ. I have a friend whose mother actually benefited greatly from this. 84-year-old woman, dementia was becoming so bad, they had to take her to stay with them. And when she started taking this, she calmed down and memory started improving. And of course, your eye function, including your ability to adapt in dark. Tell me, who doesn't need this? Everybody. So they say cognitive decline in older women and older men too. It keeps your brain sharp. It's so funny. When I first got it, my children would say, Mommy, when I'm about to write exams, I need this. That it makes my brain to be sharp. And I tell you, it is real. How do you take this? Very palatable. That's another thing I forgot to mention. All of our products are quite palatable. I told somebody about it. Say, is it bitter? I said, nope, it's not bitter. Quite palatable. This IIQ, if care is not taken, you can finish the whole pack in a day. Quite tasty, but very, very effective. You take 1 or 2 sachets per day after meal. Then we have the one that